Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Actin Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me, as always, are my brothers, Bobby and Rudy. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Howdy. I was thinking All-Star game, classic All-Star game. I was going to do one day, I was going to wear a batting glove and write "Hi, Mom" in it, like Gary Gaetti.
Well, you shouldn't have said that. You should actually still do it. Yeah,
I know. As I was saying it, I thought, no, I still should do that, but it was
then that would involve you having to go out, buy a batting glove.
Right. I don't have a batting glove, and yeah, so
that's way too much prep. We don't do that much prep for this show, as
our
viewers know.
Yeah. Not big.
All right. Well, we are, as always, we're brought to you by the Farmhouse, located in the historic River Market. I want to get me one of those mimosa towers. Those look delicious.
There we go. All right, everybody's seeing it now.
See it now?
For those of you on Spotify, we are showing a picture of a huge mimosa tower.
Looks like a big bong full of mimosa.
That too.
Looks delicious. Yeah. They are locally sourced, farm fresh, farm to table. They support local farmers. So, man, look at that burger. They've been voted best brunch. Dude, I'm getting hungry too.
I can do some damage.
Man, I don't know. Was that fried chicken? Oof.
Chicken or chicken?
Well, so go down there. Go down there and see our cousin Vince. Look at that. That food looks good. Anyway, brought to you as always.
Let me put up the address real quick. Boom, boom. So you all have for those of you on Spotify, once again, it's 300 Delaware, Kansas, in the River Market area, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's the River Market West stop on the streetcar. Just take the streetcar to River Market West, hit your little button, and jump off. You'll be right there.
Nice.
All right. Well, as the scroll says that's running by, we got nothing.
We got that emoji, the little
guy.
Yeah,
I've been using that emoji a lot lately.
We've got nothing, so we've sat here for probably an hour trying to figure out what's going on, man.
Part of the reason it's so late, I fell asleep once again, and I woke up to texts saying, "Did he fall asleep again?" And probably, and so I jumped up, shot off a incoherent text to you guys, and ran down here. So,
that text was, a little off.
I didn't want you guys to think I had a stroke or something, but yeah. So so we just figured we're gonna do a little hodgepodge of what's going on. Some
potpourri.
So I will start off by apparently our brother Rudy has been cheating on us with another podcast.
Yeah, what is going on?
That would be Jamie.
No, he was talking to me. Hey, Rudy.
Rudy. Okay. I'm saying that you have been cheating on us. You've been moonlighting.
He needs to realize I'm Michael. He's Tito. You ain't trying to.
I'm Morris Day. You're Jerome, and don't you ever forget that.
No.
So, yes, what my older brother is referring to is my appearance on the. Do I have the sweatshirt on right now? I got the swag. It's the Make It Make Sense podcast. It's on Spotify and YouTube, where I spoke with my good friend Lori Soto, who was formerly Lori Rios back in the day when we were good friends. She went to St. Teresa's. And I think we met because Rudy, you played baseball with her brother, I think.
Yeah, right? Me and Danny played baseball. Butters, as people around the city know him. Yeah, that's his nickname. Everybody calls him Butters. So yeah, I played baseball with him on the micros and I think on the Mets as well. So that's how I wasn't sure if that's how you met. That's how you met her?
Yeah. And she's like the most friendly, outgoing person I've ever met. And so
talk about our time together when I worked with her at Baby Gap and Gap Kids.
You did?
What?
Yes. Yeah. See, I knew you guys didn't know that.
You work? I don't remember you working at Baby Gap or Gap Kids.
Baby Gap Kids, right there on the plaza. Ask her about it, Lori. You remember? Yeah, she was upstairs.
Wait. wait a minute. How do you even start? How does Bobby Paredes decide, all the places in this world that I could put in an application for? I like kids. I'm a creepy.
He likes little boys' pants half off.
Awful.
That's the joke. I used the joke that he used a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Back on him.
Yeah, you guys are both making light of child molestation, but that's okay.
But the thing is, though, when you pick a job at that age, it's what's my discount?
Can you see my?
What's he doing? Oh my god!
Stop showing us your butt.
No, she had swag. We don't have swag. We need to come up with swag. Anyway,
and that's not like some chintzy T-shirt either. It's a
hoodie, man. It's a hoodie. Yeah.
That's probably it's going to cost you $60 to $80 to make.
Yeah.
So now all of our guests are going to be, and to ship. Yeah. All of our guests are going to be asking where their swag is.
You guys,
I got a handwritten thank you note and everything. I'm like, we're slacking.
Wow. She's
anyway, back to Bobby scouting out little boys.
I think what it was.
Let's jump back to Bobby, but I want to go back to the podcast. But yeah, jump back to Bobby.
Yeah, thank you. So I think what it was when I was in college, I'm wanting to say at Rockhurst College, they had a career services center and they just had a book full of, like part-time jobs and just different things. And I think that's where I got it because I remember it was close to campus. And so I think this was when I was living on campus there at Rockhurst, 52nd and Troost. And so I think that's what it was because I think it allowed me to go to. But see, you guys are asking me to remember something that was honestly probably 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago. Yeah. Baby Gap and Gap Kids. I worked downstairs and I was getting, 2 or 3 days a week. It was a part-time job, so it wasn't full-time. But I think Lori was one of the sales associates upstairs. She was on the floor, and my job was to put merchandise out on the
merchandising.
That's exactly what I thought too. Merchandising.
Baseball's the coloring book, but
baseball's the T-shirt.
Anyway. Spaceball's the flamethrower.
The kids love this one.
Awful. Okay, so Bobby was folding little onesies and things like that. Wow. Okay.
Did you get a good discount? Did you get a good discount?
Why would I need a discount? Actually, I think I did at a regular Gap, but I didn't.
How old was Andrew at the time? Probably.
Good question. I would imagine he was 8th grade, 9th grade.
Oh, so not old enough to fit in baby. Oh, he could have Gap Kids, maybe.
No, I think Gap Kids at the time was, and I don't even think Baby Gap and Gap Kids are around anymore, are they?
I don't think so.
As much as I hate the term having something on my bingo card, I did not have Baby Gap and Gap Kids on my podcast bingo card.
The Gap on the Plaza even closed.
And that's where I worked. Well, no, not at the Gap. It was at Baby Gap. So it was at, you remember where that movie theater was on the Plaza? What was it, like a Cinemark or whatever? The Seville?
Cinemark. Yep. It was
right across from there.
Yeah, it was Cinemark. Okay.
Right near where that fountain is there on what's that, Broadway and 48th Street, roughly.
So does it work like baseball where you get called up from Baby Gap into Gap Kids, or how does that like is that kind of looked at as
go to the show?
They're Gap Kids or they're Baby Gap.
I think it worked that way, but I think it worked that way with regular Gap though. So Baby Gap and Gap Kids was like minor league.
See, right now I'm folding onesies, but
before long, I'm selling those Gap sweatshirts that everybody's wearing.
And that's when the big
bucks come in. Yep.
Wow. All right. Well, good deal.
Yeah, so she and I work together. That's why we're friends on Facebook. I mean, because she and I work together.
So, Jamie,
back to her podcast. Yes.
Yeah. How was the podcast? How do you think it go? Now, I listened to it, Bob. I don't know if you've listened to it yet. I've listened to it.
My family was as unsupportive as I figured they would be. Because when we were all at Nathan's birthday party this past Sunday, you made sure to tell me how terrible I was.
Yes.
Mom, I think Mom made similar comments that I, was not up to par.
Yes, I mean Lori, her skills as a host I think she had to put in overtime to corral you back in from the circles you were talking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. There was just one time I'm like, what's this guy's point? He just keeps talking. And then Lori had to step in and take over and
say what I think you mean, Jamie, is
whatever, dude.
I'm
not used to being serious for that length of time.
I think you needed like I said, I'm Michael, you're Tito.
I do notice that I sound like I have a dog turd in my mouth. I mean, that doesn't help because then I'm analyzing myself and I stutter a lot more than I thought. So that's
just gonna call you Bill
but
Self.
No, otherwise it was fun. It was fun. It was kind of nice actually talking about real things and not
we
just
talk about real things here.
We don't just talk. I mean, like I didn't say once about my brother wiping his dog's butt when they go out to poop. What else are some of the things we didn't tell any child molestation jokes or anything like that. So yeah, it was different. It was much different than what we do here.
Maybe more mature.
Maybe that's why she gets more viewers than us, possibly.
Yeah, probably. That's when you get swag. Is when you get serious.
Maybe we should think about
that.
So. You did mention my name, so I was happy.
Oh yeah.
You said the name Rudy, so
did I get
mentioned? I mean,
you did not, Bobby.
Well, here's why. I mean, the show was about negativity and the internet and social media and blah blah blah. And so you can't really talk negativity without bringing up Rudy. So
yeah. No, I'll wear that badge.
They go hand in hand. Yeah,
I'll wear that like a scarlet letter. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was. There was something a topic that came up. Well, I mean, the topic is the topic, but a story that came up, and I was like, kicking myself because I wanted to add in, but I couldn't, and now I can't remember it. So this whole thing was pointless. I should have thought about what it was before. But I was sitting there on my forklift listening to it. I'm like, oh, you got to talk about this, but you let it hang. I don't remember what it was, but anyway.
Yeah. Is this what the kids call what is it, like a collaboration, or what is it called when they mix two shows together?
It's a crossover episode. This is a crossover episode. But I think to have a crossover episode, we would have had to have Lori on.
Oh, yeah. So she had Jamie on hers, and now we would have had her on ours. Is that?
Yeah.
But we would have to be recording at the same time, like doing.
Right. This would be more like when the Harlem Globetrotters went to Scooby-Doo, or they went to Gilligan's Island. Like Gilligan's Island. Yeah. Well, they were also on Scooby-Doo.
I always liked those episodes. Yeah, because it kind of went one episode right into the other, and you didn't realize where one cartoon ended and the next one began.
Right. They were just like special guests kind of thing. But
or when Natalie was on Different Strokes. Natalie from
I think that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Miss Garrett. Mrs. Garrett, wasn't Mrs. Garrett the maid on Different Strokes and Facts of Life?
Yeah.
It's the same Mrs. Garrett, right?
She's like a house mom, like something on Facts of Life. God, why are we talking about this? I mean,
because
you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and then you have.
But
how the hell did we get here? This is the thing. Like her podcast was like on topic the whole time, and we are just ridiculous.
Hers was very professional.
I wonder if we could hire her to be like our host to rein us in.
If you see the YouTube version, she actually has a sign, like a neon sign in the back where it says make it make sense. I'm like, holy crap, that adds some validity to what you're saying.
All we have is Royals and Chiefs memorabilia behind Rudy.
Yeah.
And I got some damn dogs ringing a bell back here.
I got some diplomas and some beer cans. Some Kelsey Crunch.
Kelsey Crunch. Oh. Don't let what's his name?
Jim Still.
I don't know why I drew it.
You gotta fight for your right to crunch.
Does it say that on there? Oh, Christ.
Fight for your right to crunch.
Do you have a box of Mahomes Crunch?
Yeah, but not down here.
Tell me you at least ate the cereal before, like you're not just gonna let it go stale.
Nope. It's got to stay sealed or it's not
That
worth
was a
any
question
money.
I had to ask you guys. Yeah, when you save a box like that, are you just saving the box or do you save the cereal inside?
I save the cereal as well. I don't even open it.
Yeah, unopened.
It's not like I have tons of cereal boxes that I save, but I will say the year the Royals had the World Series, Pepsi had some like collector's cans that had, or not the World Series, the All-Star game. Pepsi had some Kansas City All-Star collector's cans, and I saved them. And I think I bought like 2 of them. This was in the house in Liberty, and I bought them because I thought they were cool, and I put them in the fridge, and I think it took about 2 years, and then they exploded. Got soda all over everything. Yeah, I don't know.
That's not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going to say somebody opened them up and drank them.
No. No, they
exploded.
exploded.
What's the science behind that?
I don't know. I think I needed to like pop it open a little bit. Like I didn't have to open it full way, but you know how you had to like
release some air or something.
Yeah, get the air out of it, and I think I would have been fine. But I left them. They were tight, and yeah, they exploded.
Well, tell me, you have one of you guys picked up a bottle of what is it, Niners Tears, the milk.
Oh, I sent you pictures of that too because I wanted to talk about that a couple weeks ago. How dumb.
So explain to everybody what that is.
Well, it's the Chateau Milk
Company. Yeah,
and which I've never. Apparently, their milk. I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about this company. It's a Kansas City company, but I heard Let's just say I heard stories when I worked up in Weston about
the. All right, let's skip past that.
About how the ships run there, but
move on.
Yeah, no, they just have different types of milk. I don't know what the story is. I don't know what you want me to say, but they came out with Niners Tears, and it's yellow looking milk. I think it's yellow.
I thought it was like reddish.
No, I think it's yellow, and the words are in red. But I read somewhere that it's like caramel flavored milk or something. I don't know, but.
You know what? For all we know, it could be just a sick cow, and they were thinking of a way to get rid of its nasty milk. Like
like urine.
We need Napoleon to tell us what the contents of the milk.
what is it? Do you drink 1% because you think you're fat, or because you could, or what? Or do you think you could? Do you drink skim milk because you think you're fat?
Because you could drink whole. God, such a good movie.
Anyway, I don't know how we got on cereal and milk and tears, but
the Niners Tears. I had sent you a picture because I thought we should use this for the Quit Actin Stupid. Because I mean, you could slap a label on anything that says Chiefs, whatever.
You can slap a guarantee. What is it?
You can slap a guarantee on the side of a box, but.
All you have is a guaranteed. We ruined it.
Whatever. We messed that up. But
Tommy Boy line.
I did see like somebody posted on Facebook like Hy-Vee has like a whole like cooler full of those, and they're like a 99 cents. Like no, I guess I'm assuming it tastes like crap, but
it's got to be expired milk by now.
You would think so. So they're trying to get rid of it like badly. Although I did also see, speaking while we're on milk real quick, and we'll get off of it, but Star Wars is finally releasing like blue milk. No, guys, do you remember in Star Wars they drank blue milk?
Where would they have done this?
I think it was God, I can't remember what episode.
What episode? Yeah, narrow it down for me here.
Let me do some research. You guys keep talking. But anyways, they're releasing blue milk.
Okay.
Like for Star Wars fans.
All
right.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Kylie on that one. She's the big Star Wars.
Is she a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, remember she? Were you not with us when we were talking about that? Yeah, she's a big Star Wars.
Really?
Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And all this started just because we were talking about how professional Lori's background looked, and then we started talking about what's in our own backgrounds, and that led me to my cereal.
Yes, that's right. So before we get too far, we need to circle back around to last week's episode when we were talking with Miranda and the other guy, Sarge.
James.
James.
Did you just say the other guy? How
The other
disrespectful.
guy. He literally said the other guy.
That's
Sorry,
my
James.
son.
Sorry,
Give me
James.
back my son. Yeah, that's James.
Remember we talked about family pictures and that picture we didn't the video of our parents and what they were trying to do. So
That's slow down. That's our award.
it is.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be our Quit Actin Stupid Award.
Okay.
Oh,
All
so-
right. Never mind.
So we'll
Carry on.
wait.
All right.
I
This is
will
what
say
happens
though.
this is what happens when you don't prepare.
I will say though, since we're here already, and we went back and we talked about, we brought up Miranda and Sarge. If anyone noticed, which I'm sure no one did, we got a shout out from Five Below. This I think it was yesterday.
Crap. And it wasn't. It was the actual Five Below.
It was the actual Five Below account.
Got a little
They
check
gave
mark and
us-
everything.
Yeah. At the I posted a clip of Miranda showing her Toast-It notes, and she mentioned in the clip that I should have my own segment every week, and I said, yeah, it's a good idea. Anyways, I posted that clip. I tagged Five Below in it. Blah blah blah. Five Below responded.
That didn't hit me that they said segment because we mentioned her having a segment.
Yes, Miranda
So they
mentioned I should have
actually-
a segment every week.
Was it just in
And
that
so-
clip?
The clip I
Okay.
shared was that part.
Okay.
And they said, yeah, she should have a segment or something like that. And so I just thought that was really cool. So that
maybe
might
you're
be
famous.
something. Might be
Maybe.
something in the works, Miranda. If you're up for it, Miranda and James. I texted James and I showed him, the screenshot. Look, Five Below wants you guys to have a segment, and he's like, "I'm gonna head there today and go look for some stuff." And I'm like, "All right, slow down."
See,
Sarge."
they're not only famous, they're infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah,
Infamous Five Below. Come on, people. You got to have gotten that one. That was a Three Amigos reference. And, if
Yeah.
there's any movies we're going to refer to,
Other
they're
than-
gonna be those 80s.
Unless you're JJ Segura, who refuses to watch such silliness.
Yeah.
that blows my mind. Let's throw some
Yeah.
shade on him right now.
What is
because
your
how
problem?
can you be a Mexican American and not see the Three Amigos?
What's wrong with you, cuz? Seriously.
Yeah, that's where our opening grito
Grito.
is from. It's from the Three Amigos. For those of you that didn't recognize it,
Jamie,
Anyway.
you're a big fan of documentaries, right?
love them. Oh, do you want to talk about the Alex Jones one?
We can't. We don't have to. I don't
Go
want
ahead.
to.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say there's a good 2-part documentary on Apple TV about Steve Martin. And
Okay.
in it, I believe it's part 2 in the second part, they talk a little bit about Three Amigos and where the idea came from. And he even put on his Chato outfit. So, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
So it was a good documentary. I mean, you got to dedicate 3 hours to it. Like I said, it's 2 parts, but yeah, it's pretty solid. So that
Big
was
Steve
good.
Martin fan.
Yeah, Steve Martin, great. Early.
Father of
So
the Bride.
the first one is all of his early stand-up stuff, and then the second one is when he starts into movies and stuff. So yeah, it was solid watch. Unlike the Alex Jones one you had me
Oh
watch.
my gosh. Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, good documentary, I guess, but
that gets you into my head. These are the things that I watch. Like the more awful it is, the more I'm pulled in. It's awful. So Bob, you need to go check out on HBO the Alex Jones documentary.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay. I don't understand how people would even consider that being fake and made up. I just, it blows my mind. Some people.
Yeah. Well, not only that, just the people that then come after the fact and just rip on this guy. You're an actor. You're a this and that, and they tear into these parents who have just had their kids killed, murdered, and these people are attacking the parents like you're blah. Yeah, it's terrible. It's
What you're telling me is that human beings are terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing.
I knew that a long time ago.
Growing up, going to Catholic school, kindergarten through high school and part of college, you think when you're little that, well, there's a few bad people out there, but for the most part, everybody's like us, and they, are good, and this. Oh my God, people
When you
are
get out in the
horrible.
real world and realize, no, people are terrible. People
I
are
miss being a little
opposite.
kid. Yeah, it's terrible, terrible, terrible people. Like everywhere,
Yeah.
all around us. It's just awful. And yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness people like us can bring some humor and some light to things.
And see, even as kids, when we'd see our mom and dad, like mom would pick up people on the side of the road because they were walking with groceries in their hands. And to us, that was like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, I remember begging her, no, Mom, please don't. Like, I'm going to turn around and pick that. You see them walking. What if that was you? And we're just like, no, Mom, because she was going to throw them in the back seat with us. And
Immediately, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I wanted to bring it up.
I was going to say, immediately when she would say, oh, look at that poor lady without a coat, or I was like, oh no, I know where this is going.
You knew what was coming next.
Yeah.
We need to give them a ride. They've got to wait in the cold at the bus stop.
Yeah. Oh, right. That poor lady doesn't have a coat.
Oh. And she got that.
She wasn't just giving pity. She was actually putting actions, and she was like, I need to pull up and get them into my car and protect them.
With my 3 boys at the time,
Yeah.
Yes.
Different time. It was a different era.
It was always a woman. Like, it was always like a.
Yeah, I don't think she ever picked up any men. I don't believe.
Yeah. That would be weird.
And she learned it from her mom, who would pick up families and literally families and have them come live with her. Like, so
I can't believe that we ended up here, but yes, our grandmother and our mother, our grandma Garcia and our mom, they both have some big hearts, and they have always been willing to open up their home and offer whatever they have to, much to our dismay, chagrin, because a lot of times what that meant was that our old clothes ended up, on the backs of some kids that, hey, that was my baseball jersey. What's she doing? But, us being selfish kids, but we were taught a valuable lesson that you help out those and don't just talk about helping out. You actually help out, and you give literally, maybe not off our back, but you give the shirt off your back to families. Yeah.
I've never picked up anybody though, so I don't. I
remember
do that. I remember a different time.
I remember showing up at Grandma Garcia's, and there'd be like a random teenage boy there. Like, who the hell is this guy? Well,
he was passing through Shawnee Park over in the,
Ernesto.
Yeah. I don't even remember his last name, but yeah,
it was just Ernesto.
Ever since we can remember, ever since we were young, I always thought that was a relative of ours when she had Sophia living with her. Can't tell you what Sophia's last name was, but I just thought we were related.
She was a maid for a maid from some other family or something, or maybe I'm thinking of a different.
No, that's her. She was a maid for a family, but she couldn't speak English, and the family didn't need her anymore or didn't want her anymore. And
I think I'm learning right now that Ernesto wasn't family. He was.
No, he was
just a young man passing through on his way al norte.
Wow! Like he had a stick with a sheet tied to it, and
almost probably.
I'm thinking, was it Slowpoke Rodriguez and
Slowpoke Rodriguez? Yeah, that was really racist. Slowpoke Rodriguez and Speedy Gonzalez, but we can get to that in a second. I was going to say though that Mom, literally just a few months ago, her and Dad were at. I think she said they were at Sonic. I'm sure I'm getting this wrong. They pulled into a drive-through somewhere, and there was a young kid there that needed a ride, and Mom's like, oh, do you need a ride somewhere? And he's like, yeah, but I ordered my food. Can you guys wait? And and Dad was with her, and Dad doesn't want to have anything to do with that. Dad's like, which in 2024, 2023, when this probably happened, probably a smart idea. Like, you're not just going to put people in your car, but she was still going about that. And he's like, well, yeah, I don't know if he had to wait for other
Yeah, I think I heard this story too. That
friends?
he needed to wait on his food, or he was waiting for his food and they couldn't wait, or something.
Yeah, he was waiting on his food, and mom said, "Well, we'll wait right out here out front. When you get your food, come and we'll take you to where you need to go." And I think she said they waited long, and it was probably dad. It was like, "All right, I ain't waiting no more," and they just left him. He probably came out with his food like,
"Where'd they go?"
That lady offered me a ride. Yeah, wait a minute.
No. So yeah,
and then there's me, the son and grandson, excuse me, son and grandson of these two fine women, who will after this past Friday, after spending way too much on a meal, for my wife's for my wife's upcoming birthday, we had a bunch of leftovers that were pretty high quality leftovers. And we get off on the highway exit, and I'm coming to it down the off ramp to a stoplight, and there's a person. I mean, it's kind of dark. There's a person. I told Emily, like, "You want to hand this guy your leftovers?" Kind of joking, you know. And then the light turned green, so I was like, "Oh, we gotta go." And I mean, I hate it. That was some quality stuff there that I was kind of looking forward to eating the next day. But
so you didn't? Yeah. Did you? Or
I felt kind of bad. I did not.
Okay.
I just kept going. The light turned green. What do you want me to do?
That
was my excuse.
I wouldn't even have brought that story up. That's terrible. I would have
just like, remember in the 80s? Psych.
Hey, oh my God, Avery came home saying psych, and she said she learned it from school. Yes.
Hey, so Mr. Guy by the side of the road, do you want these leftovers from? No,
I didn't like hang him out the window, like teasing him.
Psych. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, we should. If we run out of things, we should go back to this meal, because I know how much my brother Jamie loves to spend money on food and go to really fancy restaurants.
I don't have a problem with spending money on food.
Bullshit.
I'm a big opportunity cost guy. Like, I could have. This is like when I'm out shopping for clothes or something. I'll have like a handful of all the stuff that I want to buy, and then I'll look at them one by one. Well, I don't really need that one. That goes back. Then that one goes back, and pretty soon I end up with nothing. Just because I'm like, I could do something else with that money, and yeah, it's. But yeah, I have no problem. I mean, define a nice meal though. Like, I don't have a problem spending money on a meal.
Quality meal, quality food, quality drinks.
When you have the palate that I have, I'm a big. I'd rather go to Pizza Street. I'm good. I
think hit it on the nose there. Nobody in this family. I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of the people in our family don't appreciate
Bobby with his bottom chin sticking out.
I'm trying to think of the best way to say it without sounding like a jerk.
You are
the experience of going out and just enjoying the company that you're with, enjoying a good story, and yeah.
But I can do that at a good buffet.
I can do that at a KFC buffet. I can do that. I can.
Proving once again, you can take the boys out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the boys.
My thing is, so if let's say, let me just throw a random restaurant out there. Let's say I wanted to go to the Golden Ox.
Interesting. You should choose that one, but go ahead.
So if I wanted to go to such a establishment, I have no issues spending $150 for me and Kim to go, or me and Parker to go. That's not a place you take a family of 4, a family of 5. You don't take them there. At least I don't. I don't have $650 to so Parker can take 2 bites of her steak and be like, okay, I'm done. Like, that's not where I go for that. If it's just a date night or something special, Parker passed her, whatever, fine. But when I picture the insides of those restaurants, I picture a nice white tablecloth with a candlelight in the middle and 2 people at a table, not freaking 6 people and Macy getting mac and cheese on the floor. And
what about 25? What about 25 people? What do you,
26? I believe we're at 26 now.
25. Kylie can't be there.
Yeah, Kylie
Kylie
can't make
can't
it.
go?
No.
What about Dion? Can he come?
I don't think he's gonna be on the same cruise, I think. So
I called him Neon Dion, and she's like, what? Like,
They don't get Neon Dion.
you don't get it. You don't get
she
it.
doesn't, but I'm sure he got the reference.
Yeah.
Anywho, the point is,
Don't worry about the cost. Just enjoy the freaking meal and just.
You can't. But
when
it's
somebody's
different.
telling me
It's
that I
different
have
for
to
you to
spend
say,
a
"Don't
minimum." Go ahead.
It's hard for me for you to say, "Don't worry about the cost." You're not thinking of someone, and I can't speak for our youngest brother. I can only speak for me. I just bought a house. I just bought a couch. I just bought a fridge. I just bought a riding mower. I got a lot of stuff going out. I've got my kids in before and after school care. I've got tumbling. I mean, I don't have that extra money to spend $650 on. And that's the thing too. If it's $100 a head,
So
and
what
Kim's
we'll do
Kim's gonna get a baked potato for $9. I'm not paying $100 for her head.
So
Wait.
what we should do is just maybe
Scratch that. Anyways, go ahead.
$9 for her head. What?
Never mind. Just keep
So
going.
what we'll do is we'll just tell our parents that we'll catch them on the 60th or the 75th anniversary.
No,
I think we'll catch them 25 years from now when they're on their 75th anniversary.
No, I think what we tell our parents is, hey,
all we could afford was Domino's.
Well, now you see you're going from one extreme to another. We can absolutely get the private room at Cascone's and everybody order off the menu. I called them today.
How many can they accommodate?
They can accommodate 26, which I thought we had 26 at the time. Private room. The only issue with Cascone's at this point is their room is available at 7:30. So, and I know Mass will get out at 5:30 or 6. So we don't want to wait.
It'll be done at 5.
7:30, my tripas.
Yeah, so I understand. So I'm still, we're still on the hunt.
I've got one too that came up tonight.
But yeah, it's not that we can't go out to eat, take our parents out to eat, but it just, some of us have to, at least me, again, I'm not speaking on Andrew, I'm not speaking on Jamie, me paying for as many kids as I got to pay for.
That's your fault for having so many kids.
My loins, no.
I just wanted to make it back around to Jamie having to pay for an exorbitant amount. And,
yes. So I had to do that Friday.
In your defense, it was your wife's birthday, or it was your wife's birthday, so you had to.
So what did that bill look like? Was
there a 2 at the front or a 3?
And what was on that?
230. 230
for just the two of you?
Yeah, that sound right?
That sounds completely wrong to me. Good Lord.
Yeah, no, it was 230. Yeah.
And see, I feel like if you spend $230 on food, that's not a place you normally get a to-go box from.
No, you absolutely do, because the food is a lot tastier than a normal restaurant.
It was one where they took the food from your table and then they did it. They can't have people going, like.
Which was so funny because I saw the photo of you guys. Afterwards, and there's Jamie holding his sack, and I'm like, I know what's in those sacks.
A sack of food.
No. Do you think that clarification was needed?
Yeah.
So did you enjoy some wine? And was it?
That's good. So Dee and Chad, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Emily's sister, they bought. You guys know that, but for those of you that don't know, right. So they bought a $99 bottle of wine. And everybody's like, "Oh, don't you want some? Don't you want some?" I'm like, no, I don't want a glass. I don't like to eat and drink at the same time, and I hate wine. I think it's disgusting.
Wine is gross.
So they're all like, "Oh, it's so wonderful," and blah 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 blah. I'm like, all right, let me have a sip. Let me have a sip.
That I'm related to you guys.
Yeah, no, I was like, well, let me have a sip. I want to try this, and so I tried it, and it was as terrible as I thought it would be. But yeah, it was awful. But
if it was a bottle,
If it weren't for the fact that my mother and I both share this skin disorder, this vitiligo, I would have to seriously think that I was from another family. I cannot relate.
I think you're from another family all the time.
Yeah.
But if it was a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, I'd take a little. You don't know Pappy Van Winkle? Yeah, those are really expensive bottles of bourbon and whiskey, and so.
Now, if it was Riverboat Red from Le Bourgeois Winery, that's the stuff we used to.
Which
that's when we got high class at the old fraternity house.
I used to like it until I realized just how sweet it is. Wow, that is sweet. It is.
I haven't found, and I don't go tasting a bunch of them, but I just don't like wine. I don't want red. I just don't like it. Give me a Coors Light. Give me a Coors Light. Like I don't
like wine. What?
Lilo.
We found out today we found out this past weekend that Jamie does not do any alcohol with food. He does not like alcohol and food.
I don't know how people do that.
Even your daughter Kylie was like, "What did you do in college? Did you never have beer and pizza together?"
No,
I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of it either.
Don't like the combination of beer and pizza together?
No, absolutely not. Usually when I'm drinking beer, I'm trying to drink as many beers as I can. Like I don't do it.
So you can stop feeling feelings?
Yes, until I stop feeling feelings. Yeah. It's one or the other, because I like to eat my calories. I don't like to drink them. Like I want to pound food constantly. I don't like to do both at the same time.
Yourself, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think it's that abnormal, is it?
I don't care for beer with food either. I mean, I would much rather have a Dr. Pepper with whatever I'm consuming food wise. But now I'm starting to realize that Dr. Pepper's not real. I've known it for a long time, but it's terrible for me. And so I'm trying to, but beer's not going to help. I'm trying to just go water. But if I have a plate of food with me and I have my choice, a soda or a beer, I'm taking a soda every time.
Yeah, I'm trying to either eat as much as possible or drink as much as possible, but I can't do them both at the same time. I don't.
Do you have to do everything to an excess?
I do. That's my problem. And I was talking with Quentin this weekend. Were you at our table at the birthday party?
I was not at your table.
So. We were at the cool table. Rudy was relegated to the back table.
No, my family's got big enough to where I don't need to talk to any of you guys anymore. I just keep my family.
Then close your ears, because this is what we were talking about at our table.
You missed it, Rudy. But we were talking about about how all week, like, we kind of watch what we eat. Like, or he barely eats anything apparently during the week when he goes to work. I don't know how he survives. He eats yogurt and that's like it. But then on the weekends, we just fall off the wagon. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what that's called, but when I was working normal hours at Ford, I got to the point where I just wouldn't eat at work, and we would work 11-hour days, and I wouldn't eat. So basically I'd have a window from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to eat. And then I'd go to sleep, and then I just wouldn't eat again until the next day. So it was kind of like that intermittent fasting kind of. But then when I went to this C shift and I worked 2-day shifts, 2 night shifts, it's thrown everything out of whack. And as you can see, I've put on a little weight. No, I couldn't tell at all. No.
The camera adds 55 pounds.
Do I look fat in the sweater? Does this sweater make me look fat?
No, your face does.
No, your face does.
What's that from?
Damn! I was trying to set it on the tee and I dropped it.
Where was that from?
Tommy Boy.
That was Tommy Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I put on I could honestly say I'm the heaviest I've ever been right now.
Let me guess, 190.
No, don't be silly.
What, 178? Oh, really? 182.
Yeah, we'll yeah, around there.
183.
No, I mean it's but yeah, I was
only if you 5'3". Sorry.
No, I'd like to be around 160, honestly.
You should get out now that it's nice and maybe go for some walks.
Yeah, me and Lilo did 2 miles today. We did 2 miles, but the problem is with her, I did kind of start sweating, but she has to stop and smell every piece of shit and urine on the side. Like I don't get, I want to get moving, but we did do 2 miles.
I can see you at the corner, like.
Yeah.
So maybe you should ride your stationary bike.
I don't have one.
Because we know you can't ride a real bike. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there right now.
Yeah.
Somebody on this, I don't know, maybe you listeners, you viewers can guess which of the three of us never learned how to ride a bike.
And you know what? And I said this because this was a big deal when I worked out at the Holiday Distillery out in Weston with my group that I worked with there, Josh and that group. They were just blown away that I couldn't ride a bike. And it's like, you know what? I think I could. Like, if you presented a bike to me, I think I could get on it and make my way from point A to point B without a problem. Like I could. But now if we're going
with
down
no training wheels.
With no training wheels.
Okay.
Yes, I could ride a bike. I could. Yes.
I sense a field trip for next week's episode.
Oh, we need to record it. Oh.
Does somebody have a bike that I could fit on?
Hot Wheels don't count. Or big wheels. What are they? The big wheels where you sit like basically on the ground.
And if we can get a Fonzie big wheel. Our Fonzie big wheel.
Yes.
We've got pictures on that big wheel too. God, I wish we could share them right now. But no, I could ride a bike. I could get from, if we're talking on a flat plane from point A to point B, I could ride a bike. No problem. Now, if you want me to like turn,
we need to test this.
I feel like I'd be like on Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he was popping his wheelies. That would be me. But
what does he do? He turns sideways and he's got his legs up like this.
I could ride a bike, but I was going to save this story for next week, though, because I have a video that I need to figure out how to get on here that we could show.
I knew you wanted to show that video.
Macy texted me this. She texted me yesterday, I think, and said, "Hey, I learned how to ride a bike." And I was like, "What?" Like, and my first question, of course, is who taught you? Like, that's supposed to be my job to teach you, but I don't even know how to ride one. But she's like, I taught myself. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, that's awesome. We'll have to get a bike for you. Because I think the last time I bought her a bike, it was like a frozen bike and it's still in grandma's. It's in mom and dad's garage and stuff. But so I need to get her a bigger bike. But yeah, she knows how to ride a bike. And so then later on, I get this video that she sends me. And it's the funniest video. I don't even want to try to explain it, but maybe next week I can get it clipped up. Yeah, I'll get it clipped up and see if we can show it. But yeah, so Macy learned how to ride a bike. And, again,
her dad doesn't. No,
I think I can. I'm sure I can.
I think I can. I think I can.
I said that I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, Macy also had a helmet on in her video, riding a bike with a helmet.
Yeah,
that's
Anita made the boys wear them when we were teaching them how to ride. Them. Look like dorks.
I didn't know you were going to fall.
Wait.
You sound like a gay.
No.
I told you to stop with that one.
What was it? George Lopez called Chicano knee pads were like jeans and a long sleeve shirt. Like Mexicans didn't have elbow pads and knee pads. They had Chicano knee pads, which was
how else are you gonna learn? How else are you gonna learn? You fall off the bike. You got to skin something up. You got to, cut your head up. And
although, the funny thing is, I don't think this was on a bike. I think this was on like a tricycle or something. I don't know. When he was really little, Tomas fell backwards off of a bike. He had
to be horsing around. You can't just fall backwards. You had to be jacking around.
No, I think it was
that
just
tracks
really
with him though.
I think he was really little. Anyway, he still has this bump on his head that I won't touch it because that's weird. But yeah, he's got a little bump that has stayed with him since he was little.
You might want to get that checked out.
Fell.
Maybe it needs to be drained.
Yeah. Where are the parents there? That's when a helmet would have came in handy. But
yeah.
Point is, you get to a certain age, and bikes are just stupid. I don't need to know how to ride one. I drive a car now. It's got a pano moonroof.
I got babes.
I've got heated seats. I've got cooled seats. I've got massage seats. Why do I need a freaking
I just
bike.
envision a situation where there's like an emergency, and for some reason there's no vehicles around, and in order to get from point A to point B, all Rudy has to do is just ride this bike. He's got to go ride to go get help.
Can't do it.
I'll say, does anyone have a scooter? Does anyone have a scooter?
That was it. Remember, Bob, me and you had bikes, and he had a scooter because he couldn't ride a bike.
I think that's where "Wait Up" came from.
I had a bike. I just didn't ride it. I had that BMX that you guys were all jealous of. That Papacito got me.
BMX that he can't ride. He's
BMX.
nice to look at, but he can't ride it.
Hey, he had the personalized little bike license plate, but couldn't ride the bike.
What was the kind of bikes that everybody rode? A mongoose? We didn't have a mongoose. We had a generic.
It wasn't a Sigma.
Sigma were I swear I had a BMX with Sigma tires. I think the Sigmas were those plates that went on the tires, so there were no spokes. It was just white plates on them, and it was a BMX Cobra. It was powder blue and white.
But the mongoose was the one that everybody
mongoose. Yeah, they had
That's
a mongoose.
What Eli had.
Were they pegs on the back where you could stand on the back and do tricks?
Is that what it was?
Those little pegs sticking out of the back tires.
Yeah.
Mongoose. What a bunch of nerds you guys were.
Where are our bikes now? Where are our bikes? I want my big yellow bike back.
Yeah, yellow one.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Give me a scooter and I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I can ride I can go everywhere you guys went on a scooter. We can go through the Steamboat drive-through and roll over their drive-through cord.
When it was Popeye's Chicken there on Independence Avenue, Joe Murillo and I don't know, maybe Jamie, we would ride our bikes up there and we'd go through the drive-through. And
I went with you on my scooker.
There was a gal there that I used to flirt with. This was, when you're starting to get pubes and you're starting to grow. And I remember flirting with the lady named Roberta. Was in the drive-through window. And
she worked at Popeyes?
Yeah, me and Joe Murillo and I guess Jamie and I guess you. I don't know. You were probably far behind, but
I don't want to talk about the fuzz on your peaches, dude.
Go flirt. I'm just saying, you start getting,
your
girls, women start becoming attractive. So
ganas, you get the ganas.
Ganas is desire.
Yeah, you had the desire, the burning desire for. You cannot force open the petals of a flower. You must. It must open itself up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Three Amigos. I feel like I need to.
Did you get free chicken out of this deal? Or
no,
what?
I didn't get anything. Didn't get her number or anything. She was probably 15, 20 years older than me anyway. So.
Well, when Bobby started getting fuzz on his peaches, isn't that about the time? Didn't Mom and Dad check out a book from the library for you instead of having a birds and the bees talk? And then I found the book in your room. And it had all these just drawings of wieners and stuff. And
yeah, way to go, Mom and Dad! You just outsource it to the book. Here, just read
big massive. I'm thinking of Superbad. Remember in Superbad when he would just draw penises and stick them in the lunchbox? Big veiny. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. I think I remember that book too. But didn't we have a book where they showed a boy and a girl?
Yes.
And the boy had a little penis and the girl didn't have anything, so we drew a penis there.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yes, I remember that.
No idea whether you're telling the truth or not, but that sounds like something we would have done.
I think we drew it on there. And then the girl had little boobies or something. Yeah. I remember that book.
But you're right. Yeah, they during puberty, I think they got a book from the library and they gave it to me and they're like, yeah, here you go.
So that was Mom and Dad's way of yeah,
that was the talk.
Hey,
real quick, Quentin and Crystal, this is probably, I think we're seeing why your aunt and uncle didn't, we had that sex ed conversation at that hotel and at homecoming from Mizzou when Bobby and Anita didn't realize the anatomy of a female. Let's put it that way.
Bobby doesn't know it?
No.
There may have been some beverages flowing, so I don't really remember that night, but yeah.
Yeah. Quentin is probably cracking up right now as we speak. Anyway, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think
look at that. We didn't even look at the whole episode. We didn't even talk once about the Royals or the eclipse.
Hey, the Royals with the big walk-off today. Oh, yeah, it says all of our things talk about eclipse. Oh, wait, you have something about the Royals. We didn't even talk about the eclipse. there was not a whole lot to talk about. Did you guys go out and see it?
I did not.
Reluctantly.
Well, I did. I just noticed that it was getting kind of darker in here, and
Weird. It was like a hazy.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't know what to expect.
Like, yeah, it didn't look dark. It didn't look night. I know my house inside got really dark, so I went outside, and then you see all your neighbors in the front yard, and I could hear all the kids. There's a school, elementary school, really close, and I'm by Oak Park High School, and you could just hear. It sounded like these kids, like, what's it doing to them? Like, they're just loud, and I'm just like, what's going on? But I sat in the backyard in our bench that we by the fire pit, and I'm like, this is fine. It was nothing like it was in 2017, obviously. But
yeah, I just took the dogs for a walk, and
I don't think you were supposed to use your camera. It's going to mess up your camera.
Somebody said that, that it could mess up my camera, but
really?
I don't know. It seems fine. My camera seems fine. So
really, all it was that.
Go ahead.
It was as if somebody. I was just to say, it was as if somebody just hit the little dimmer on your phone and just brought everything down.
It looked like you were looking through tinted windows or something. Like it just wasn't. But like in 2017, that was like, I felt that, man. I almost had a little tear. Maybe not. Yeah, it was. That was
the thing that was kind of funny. It was just these people on TV just talking about what an emotional experience
that was.
It was, man.
That was the best part, man, because they were like orgasmic. Like it was, they were like.
This could be the Quit Actin Stupid Award.
I was going to say that's who we should have given it to. Is all these morons that are driving all the way across country just to be in the quote unquote path of totality.
Dude, it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool in 2017. When it gets real cold and it's nighttime all of a sudden and your dog starts doing weird backflips and shit, like it was cool. I thought it was cool. Not this year.
I think even this time was cool. It's cool. Like I'm of the age, I think, where anything that would have me in awe of something like is like, I enjoy. Like whether it's looking at this massive mountain or like something that makes me like oh man, this is a pretty big deal. And so like something that's
it struck me it struck me when they said it's not going to happen for another 20 years. I'm like, I'm going to be 65 years old when this happens again. Like that kind of, that'll get to you, in 20 years, Macy's going to be 30. Like that's crazy to me. So but it does. And I'm talking more about in 2017, which this one was cool. Like I did feel it getting cold. I had to come inside and get a coat and stuff because it was cold out there. The temperature dropped kind of crazy, but it was kind of I thought it was neat. I don't know, but I don't remember Mr. Wizard talking about it when we were kids. Like I'm no science 3-2-1 contact guy, but I thought that was pretty cool, man.
Anita and her mom were out on the back porch and she's giving me a play-by-play and are you not going to watch it? I'm like, no, I'm not going to watch it. I'm like, I don't even have any glasses. And I'm like, nah, it's not a big deal. Whatever.
It's not a big deal.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll see it tomorrow.
4 minutes. It's going to be light again. So yeah. What do you want me to do? But then the people at work, peer pressure. Hey, let's go outside and, walk up to the parking garage. I'm like, ay, Dios mío. All right. Cause I don't want to be that guy, no, you guys go ahead. I'm going to stay here and keep working. So I'm like, whatever. All right, I'll go. I'll pretend like I'm excited and in awe of something. I'm like, whatever. 4 minutes.
You are a Debbie Downer.
You are, man. I had an Eclipse. I had an Eclipse playlist that I played next to me when I was. No, I'm just kidding.
Eclipse of the Heart.
I was watching. I don't know if it was the Today Show or something, but they were like, "Here's the playlist." I'm like, "All right, you guys are you're taking it from cool to nerdy, like."
That's what people do, man. They take cool stuff and just like ram it into the ground, like anything Chiefs related.
Like the Jason Kelce thing. I wanted to talk about weeks ago. Like Jason Kelce rips his shirt off in Buffalo, and I'm like, oh man, that's kind of cool. I enjoyed that. I had a little smile on my face. And then it was on I couldn't scroll more than 2 posts without seeing a picture or a meme or a cookie cake or a whatever. And it's like, people just stop, man. Christ.
That's how I feel about this women's soccer team that we have. And don't worry, I'm not going to say something bad or whatever, but because I know you guys are worried. No, the
soccer.
soccer, the Kansas City Current
Soccer.
or whatever.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk
Like,
Caitlin
that's
Clark,
cool.
but go ahead. Go ahead.
That's cool that the women's first professional soccer, whatever it is. Cool stuff, great. And then you just have people just ramming it down your throat, like just let it be cool. Let it be like a cool thing, and don't make it stupid. Like by making like 49ers tears. Like, I mean, what the hell? Like, why? Just let it go, man. Like, we won the Super Bowl. Great, awesome, I love it.
Right.
Why do you have to make milk and call it 49? Now you're making it stupid, and now I hate it. Like, yeah. So anyway, sorry.
I get you, man. I know one of the topics we discussed, which we were going to tiptoe towards, was the whole Caitlin Clark women's basketball thing. And hey, you know what? I mean, Caitlin Clark can shoot the lights out. She's a great passer. But I know when I was watching the game, and I know I'm wrong because everyone on the planet is the opposite of how I feel. But I'm like, I swear I watched her like just let a rebound. Like she didn't even leave her feet for the rebound. She's right under the basket. Didn't even attempt. Because I think that Angel Reese girl was there. So she's going to get the rebound, obviously. But she didn't even attempt to catch it. But I felt like watching the game, it just wasn't. I wanted to. I will say it's the first time I've ever watched a women's basketball game. I didn't see the whole thing. This was the LSU Iowa one. I slept through the entire championship game because for some reason it was at 2:00 on a Sunday. But you would think it'd be prime time if it was that big of a deal. But the LSU Iowa one I watched, and yeah, I mean she can shoot from anywhere on the planet. Awesome. Like, and she's done a ton for the sport. Awesome. But man, I tried to watch that game and it was just like, I only watched the second half. It's not for me, man. It's just, and I hesitated to tell anyone that because it obviously sounds really sexist, but.
And that's what my family says. But here's the thing. If you had your choice between watching minor league baseball and major league baseball, which one would you rather watch?
Right. It's
not that I dislike women's basketball. It's just like, but I know the men's game is, the men are more athletic and it's more enjoyable. I don't want to watch a second tier.
I was gonna say, it makes me think of the clip from The Simpsons where the guy's like, minor league baseball. It's nothing like watching what is it? Something about I just ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined it. I know the clip.
Find the clip for the social media.
Yeah, I'll put it on social
media.
I
ruined it. It was funny though.
You did. But I know
I'll find it. Nothing like watching bad players not play very well or something. I don't know. It was, yeah, but
no, I mean,
not that.
It's one thing, and I'm not saying she's the only good player. I mean, there's the Paige Beckers and there's Juju Watkins and all that stuff. But man, when I was watching that game, it was like literally her, and then everybody else was just kind of not great.
Do you feel like the media, the quote unquote media, is forcing her down our throats?
I mean, again, she is good. If
that's what people say.
I mean, I don't
mind girls' sport, like women's sports. Like I like some women's sports.
I actually think women's soccer might be better than men's soccer, but
soccer's not a sport.
Yeah, soccer in general, I'm kind of not.
Soccer's not a sport. Anyway, move on.
Yeah.
But no, like I could watch women's track and field all day, and not just because of their uniforms. But I could watch women's soccer if I had to. I could probably watch a little softball even. I just don't really care for women's basketball.
Unless that woman is related to me by blood that's playing, I'm probably not watching.
Yeah.
I'll watch my nieces.
Well, now that we've lost all of our female viewers, both of them, what else? Is there anything? I'm trying to think of the list we had of things that we could touch.
I don't know, but we're at over an hour now, so maybe we should just get on with our award.
Oh yeah,
we could do that.
You want to?
Jamie's got to go minis.
That's going to take 10 minutes in and of itself because we wanted to give the Quit Actin Stupid Award in the most endearing fashion possible to our parents. All right, so a little bit of backstory.
No, hold on.
A little bit of backstory.
I think to our mom, because if you look and you'll see,
Okay.
I don't think Dad wanted any part of this.
The weekly Manny Paredes Quit Actin Stupid Award recipient this week goes to our mother, and we're about to show you why. So, as we mentioned last week with our with Miranda and James, we recently had family photos, and in the group chat leading up to the family photos, our mother, found a picture of a woman lovingly on the shoulders of her husband, as you can see there. So both husband and wife very smiling, very happy there. You see there the comment, "I want me and Dad to take a picture like this." What do you think? Well, I thought she was joking.
No. So I talked to her the next day, and she was kind of disappointed because we're all jokesters all the time, and nobody had a comment. Nobody even responded to it, I don't think.
Yeah,
and she told me, she's like, I was really disappointed.
Yeah,
she was trying
to be funny. Yeah,
right. So since
okay, so hold on, let's set the mood though, right? So
you
that
thought she was serious.
But that came out Friday night. Do you remember what I was doing the Friday night before the family photos?
Yeah,
I was trying to find other venues so to appease my mother to find the right venue for our photos. So I wasn't really in the joking mood at that time. Now, so pictures worked out, everything worked out. So so we get out there to the shoot, and there was a chair there. So Mom thought it would be a good idea to recreate the photo you just saw with her on my father's back. And at some point, you're about to see the video.
Whose idea? What is going on?
Who else has got cameras?
Somebody help her down.
Is that it?
So
I think that's it. She stood on a chair
and leaned on his back.
And it's not a. What is going on?
Who else has got cameras?
Who else has got
cameras?
It's not even a level ground. Like, it's not even level. Like, that chair could have tipped.
That chair, Anita said later, could have easily folded in on her had she stepped in the right spot of that, on that chair.
Every time I see that video and that picture, and Dad just sitting, it just reminds me of is it a phrase of like an albatross around his neck, like just hanging there, and he's just like, oh my God.
Play that one more time, but this time focus on my dad's reaction. He would rather be
taking a crap.
He would rather be anywhere else.
Whose idea? What is going on? Get this person off my back.
It reminds
her down. That's the definition.
It reminds me of Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights, and Dad doesn't exactly know what to do with his hands.
He's just laying in there.
Just laying there.
That's the definition of an albatross around the neck.
Yeah, that was rough.
So we love you, Mom. We thought that was hilarious. Thank you for providing us with content for our show. But I think
sorry we didn't respond right away with jokes, but
now we hope that maybe being the butt of the joke for the entire week will make up for our lack of responses on the group text.
So. Quit Actin Stupid Award winner.
Yay! All right.
The Manny Paredes Quit Actin Stupid Award winner.
The Manny Paredes. Yeah, you're right. So, man, but for not having anything,
hour and 10 minutes. Look at that, and we had nothing.
Hey, what were some of the things we talked? We talked about riding around. Rudy can't ride a bike.
Bobby
talked about Bobby working at
Popeye's Chicken.
Bobby trying to get digits from Popeye's Chicken.
Roberta.
Bobby trying to fold onesies at Baby Gap or whatever. I mean,
we were kind of all over the place, man. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Yeah, Niners tears.
Tears. Star Wars Blue Milk. Kylie, tell me if you know about that. I think it was served on Tatooine, I believe. And now it's coming to your local Hy-Vee, I believe. So
Jamie spending an obscene amount on food and not liking any sort of alcohol with his meals.
Yeah.
And our grandmother basically running a halfway house.
Halfway house?
Yes.
Yep.
La Migra. Thank God La Migra didn't come by.
La Migra. Yeah.
I think it was a successful show for us having zero to talk about an hour and 10 minutes ago.
Good
We
stuff,
did it,
fellas.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, Bobby, you want to take us out here?
All right. For my brothers, Jamie and Rudy, this is Bobby D saying, till next time, quit acting stupid.